It is 1 a.m. You are sitting in the dark, typing freely and rapidly to a complete stranger on the internet. You are entirely unguarded. Without editing your words, you share a painful truth that you have never spoken out loud in your own home. Now rewind just a few hours. You are at your own dinner table, surrounded by the people who have known you your entire life. There, you answered questions in short, careful sentences. You smiled on cue. You skillfully changed the subject the exact moment it approached anything real. This contrast creates a profound sense of internal confusion. Why is it so effortless to hand your deepest truths to a faceless username while remaining completely silent around the people who raised you? We are often told that keeping things from our family is a form of deceit.
The cultural narrative frames this kind of secrecy as a personal failure or evidence that you are somehow broken or incapable of genuine intimacy. But your silence is not a character flaw. It is not random. That silence is a highly effective, precise calculation made by your nervous system to guarantee your emotional survival. And once you understand the math behind it, the paradox makes perfect sense. Psychologists identify this dynamic through a concept called psychological safety. This is the felt sense that you can express yourself without fear of judgment or punishment. And here is where people get confused. Psychological safety has absolutely nothing to do with how much a family loves you. This clinical scale shows the actual mechanism at play. Safety is mathematically determined by a single variable, consequence. Digital strangers offer intimacy at zero cost. A person online cannot reject dealing a way that touches your daily life. They cannot bring your pain up at the next holiday gathering. If they react poorly, you simply close the app and erase the relationship. Family is the exact opposite. Every word you share with them carries history, weight, and the threat of permanent record. The ultimate risk of being vulnerable at the dinner table is not that your family will fail to understand your pain. The risk is that they will never forget it. This animated web illustrates how that consequence calculation gets supercharged in collectivist or South Asian families. In these systems, the boundaries between individuals are naturally blurred. The psychological term for this is enmeshment. It describes a family system where your inner emotional world is treated less like a private sanctuary and more like shared family property. In an enmeshed system, vulnerability is treated as raw data. It gets redistributed. A quiet struggle is discussed with relatives, weaponized during the next argument, or used to permanently define your character in someone else's mind. We learn this reality in early childhood. Attachment theory shows us that when a child's early emotional expressions are met with dismissal or anger, the child does not stop having feelings, they simply stop sharing them. Below the level of conscious thought, the nervous system locks in a biological rule. Closeness is where I get hurt. Distance is where I am safe. Following that survival logic, your brain organically sought out the safest possible place to store your inner world. It chose the place with the maximum possible distance. It chose the internet. The digital strategy works. It feels like massive relief in the moment, but over time, relying entirely on a phantom connection actually deepens physical loneliness. Internet strangers offer intimacy, but they cannot offer continuity. They can witness your words at 1 a.m., but they will not be there for the physical milestones of your life. They aren't in the hospital waiting room. They are connection without context. The solution is not to walk to the dinner table tonight and suddenly share your deepest traumas. If the original enmeshed dynamics are still active, that approach is neither safe nor wise. Instead, you build the bridge through a slow architectural approach to boundary setting. You test the waters. Offer a small, low-risk truth, a genuine opinion on a minor topic, and carefully observe how it is received. Watch to see if it resurfaces later as judgment. You do not need to repair the entire system at once. Look for just one slightly safer individual within the family, perhaps a sibling or a more attuned parent, and begin a targeted, localized repair with them. Your silence was a brilliant, resourceful protection strategy designed by a part of you that needed to survive. But a survival strategy is a tool, and once it is no longer required, you can gently set it down, making room for real connection with people who have earned the right to know you.